Hello and welcome back once again to the Mars Mission News Network, bringing you all the latest news from LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed. Today we have the patch notes for the Ghostbusters takeover. A little bit unexpected. I kind of thought this was going to take a little bit longer to get, but here we are. We got the patch notes themselves, and then we also have the kits reveal, which I will do at the end of this video because it's just lots of reading there. So we're just going to do the news first. So far we got game details. Our Ghostbusters takeover is almost here. Last week we teased what you can expect from this new update, but today we are showing the full patch notes. Beyond all the new content coming, we have some great quality of life updates, and we are so excited to see this update go live this week. Content. Let's see, the Ghostbusters event. Four brand new events will be released with this takeover. 2 unboxed events will start focusing on Peter and Ray. Then we will have an epic 3-chapter brick pace where Winston, Egon, and Ecto 1 will be featured. Lastly, we have a master event where you can face off to get Slimer. And let's see, we have Peter Venkman. He's an explorer, Ghostbusters, attacker, and magical. You know, the Ghostbusters, they're magical. Venkman is an unmotivated attacker. He tends to let his teammates do his job for him. That doesn't mean, though, he can't attack with effective damage when he needs to. To see the full abilities list, see attached PDF. That's for all of them, but we'll do that at the end. Then you have Ray Stance, Explorer, Ghostbusters, Support, and Spooky. Kind of surprised any of the actual Ghostbusters themselves are tagged as Spooky, but he is. An eager support who operates best under a healthy dose of panic. He uses his blind faith in the paranormal to help his team in all situations. He may not be the strongest, but he is always around to lend a hand. You have Winston Zedmore, Explorer, Ghostbuster, Tank, and Role Model. A courageous tank for hire that always has one's back. He can do it all and will back his team up no matter what. Then you have Egon Spangler, Explorer, Ghostbuster, Support, and Techie, a tech-focused attacker whose vast array of gadgets give his team the edge they need. A great support to any team and a competent healer, he keeps his team fresh. Then you have Slimer, Explorer, Ghostbuster, Attacker, and Spooky. A stealthy prankster who deals disgusting damage when you least expect it. He uses his ghost abilities to sneak by and attack enemies when they least expect it. Then you have the Ecto 1. What would the Ghostbusters be without the iconic ride? Ecto 1 is a brand new set in the game and brings in some amazing synergies to the Ghostbusters. It has the tools you need to take down sneaky foes and has great gas mileage. Ghostbusters Piptown Takeover. Ghosts have taken over Piptown. Your whole hub has been slimed and infested with ghosts. The ghosts have also taken over the rooftop. A scary new level set on a ghost-filled rooftop late at night is now playable. Special Neighborhood. There is a new neighborhood in Piptown, with Ghostbusters being our first licensed theme to join the game. Their set Ecto 1 will be our first to be put into a special neighborhood. Curious to see other broken sets in the background or not. New features. You got team saving. For the first time, you can now save your go-to teams and even catalog them by some use tags. Whether you use them for arena, campaign, or sort them by the faction, you can keep them all ready to go. So I guess you can sort them arena, campaign, Piptown, castle, something like that. Timed quests. A new type of engaging quest. Our timed quests offer achievement-style goals on limited timelines. Win new rewards and have more goals each day with these new quests. Really sounds interesting. PvP arena team. Also, I will admit this bottom part down here was almost impossible for me to read. No one likes fighting a team that has been set to just stall you, so we have changed how your PvP defense team is set. Your defense team is no longer your last team played. Instead, it is the team you last won a match with. So you can't just set to a pure defense team and have that set. You have to win a match with that defense team to keep it. LEGO ID. If If you are a LEGO super fan, you can now link your LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed account to your LEGO ID. LEGO ID is the only site that will let you save your game if you are a player under 18. And Apple ID, another new way you can link your game. We now support linking it to your Apple ID. Never lose your account when you have it linked to your general Apple ID. Then you have changes and improvements. This is going to be a big one. Brixpedition rewards and difficulty. Brixpedition has some changes to both its difficulty and reward structure. We have heard your feedback on the teams that were too difficult. Dodge values no longer are affected by level difference. So that should also affect campaigns regularly. So your Glyph Hunt 6 Pod 4 should be easier now, possibly. We are closely monitoring all difficulty-related issues and have some more changes coming. Rewards for Brixpedition have also changed too. You can now get more gold, more XP scrolls, and new towels like Garmadon. Keep in mind Brixpedition is weekly, so these changes won't take effect until the next Brixpedition starts. So if this happened, we get this update Friday, it should happen the Brixpedition that launches Friday. If this launches a little bit later, we'll already have a new Brixpedition started, so we won't get this. So it depends on when this actually launches. Changes to level requirements. Some level requirements have been adjusted in order to make the game more exciting for new players. Guilds are now locked at level 9, Arena now locks at level 12, Brixpedition now locks at level 15, I believe that was. Yeah, I don't like this color contrast there. Then you got streamer audio settings, a brand new audio setting where we've turned on the licensed music tracks won't be heard. This is done to support YouTube and Twitch creators so that these bots don't interfere. Yuppie fixes. 2 previous issues with Yuppie have been fixed. The issue where Yuppie's ultimate did not get the correct attack boost has been fixed. Another issue where Yuppie's basic attack damage was not correct has been fixed. So nice, we got Yuppie fixes. Set sorting. The set list now should sort by power when selecting a team and by theme when just browsing the details of the set. Gameloft 20 year. Gameloft is celebrating 20 years, and to join in on the celebration, we have added our special Gameloft 20 year logo. And with that, that is it for the patch notes. Now we're going to head on over and check out the kits. Be prepared for a very long read. Okay, welcome back. Here we are in the actual Ghostbusters update for the kits. The Ghostbusters be added 5 new beloved playable characters and 1 epic set to the game. At a similar level, they are primarily intended to trump spooky teams, also do well against Ninjago, mostly thanks to Egon's ability to deal with stealth, and perform decent against pirates thanks to the how they deal with debuffs. It will be a fist fight though. Beyond their core roles, each unit also has a dedicated cross-team tag that also to also be experimented with other teams. We have Peter Venkman, who is magical for some reason. Okay. You got Back Off Man. Does 110% damage to target foe, has a 50% chance to deal plus 25% bonus damage. Has a chance to deal extra damage. You got this. Deals 90% damage to target foe, has a 100% chance to call another random Ghostbuster hero to assist for 80% damage. If there are no other active Ghostbuster heroes, calls another random hero to assist for 50% damage instead. Throw It. Deals 120% damage to target foe and reduces their pep by 50% if the target is if the target is spooky, or if their pep is reduced to 0%, inflicts stun for 1 turn. And Why Worry is the passive. Peter is immune to fear. Whenever Peter is attacked and takes damage from a spooky foe, he has a 50% chance to counter. Whenever another magical hero attacks, Peter has a 60% chance to heal 10% of his max health. So, a random thing in there for him to use with other magical heroes. So, Woo and Magisto. I think that's it. I think Willa. Willa's probably magical too. I don't really remember. I don't have Willa. So yeah, you might could use him as an all magical team. Eh? Then you got Raymond Stantz, who is the spooky Vic, which I wouldn't have thought they would give somebody spooky. Personally. But anyways, that's what he has. I ain't afraid. Ray deals 100% damage to a single target. If the target is spooky, Ray gains 10% pep. If Ray has fear, he gains 10% pep. So if he is feared and the target is spooky, he gains 20% pep, which is not too bad. Ghostbuster move. Ray heals himself for 5% of his max health for each active spooky hero and foe on the battlefield, then deals 90% damage to target foe. Ray has a 70% chance to clear 2 debuffs from the hero with the most debuffs. If the target foe has grit down, Ray clears fear from all Ghostbuster heroes and clears 1 random debuff from all spooky heroes. Supernatural Elimination. Ray deals 95% damage to a single target and has a plus 25% chance to critically hit. If the target is spooky, this ability has plus 100% chance to critically hit instead. So he deals damage to a foe and has a 100% chance to crit if they're spooky. And then you got Heart of the Team. Whenever Ray critically hits, he has a 100% chance to clear 1 random debuff from a random hero. At the start of combat, Ray gains 15% critical damage for each other Ghostbuster hero. So he can be a kind of crit machine, at least if you're going up against spooky. Then you have Winston, who is the role model. You got I Got This. Deals 85% damage to target foe. Has a 60% chance to gain 1 stack of courage. If the target is spooky, Winston gains 2 stacks of courage instead. So I think that's still a 60% chance to gain 2 stacks of courage, which is not that bad for your basic. So if anytime you get assisted, you will actually possibly gain some courage. Food for thought. For each stack of courage on Winston, he gains 1 stack of heal over time for 2 turns, and he clears 1 random debuff from himself. Clears all stacks of courage from Winston. Winston has a 50% chance to regain 2 stacks of courage. So I guess if he's taunting and has a whole bunch of debuffs on him, this might clear them all if he has a whole bunch of stacks of courage, and he might gain some back, and he kind of heals, but this honestly sounds like a terrible skill most of the time. But I guess it depends on what you're really doing with him when you are actually tanking with him, because he is also the tank. Then you got Ready for Anything. Deals 100% damage to target foe. If the target foe is spooky, or if they have attack up, Winston heals for 20% of his max health. Winston gains taunt for 2 turns and gain max health up 2 for 3 turns. Clears all stacks of courage from Winston. If 5 stacks of courage are cleared, all heroes gain hardy. Winston has a 50% chance to regain 2 stacks of courage. So you want to gain stacks and use this and just, I guess, make your team slightly invincible. Sounds a whole lot better than Food for Thought, personally. The tools and the talent. Whenever Winston is attacked and takes damage, that damage is reduced by 7% for each stack of courage on him. Whenever another Ghostbuster hero assists, they have a 80% chance to gain defense up 1 for 1 turn. So that skill up here for Peter, where he attacks, is let's see what I think You Got This. He has a 100% chance to call another random hero to assist. Well, this also gives them a decent chance of getting defense up for just anybody. And I mean, I guess if you have him on, I don't know, I guess it only works at the Ghostbusters. So, interesting, some very tied together synergies there. Might do something, might not, who knows. You have Egon, who is a techie. Perfect design. There was 90% damage to target's foe, plus 5% bonus damage for each foe that has stealth. If the target foe is spooky, the bonus damage is plus 10% for each foe that has stealth instead. I don't believe there's many spooky teams that have stealth. I mean, I think Spooky Girl does. I'm kind of a funky one. I don't think you have many crossovers there. Then you got Sticky Science. Deals 70% damage to targeted foe, plus 10% bonus damage for each active Ghostbuster or Techie hero. Deals 65% damage to all other foes. Foes who have stealth are then inflicted with defense down 2 for 2 turns. So you make them weaker, but they're still behind stealth, so you're probably not damaging them. But I don't know, maybe some AoEs could do something. No Eye and Egon. Select another target hero. That hero gains prepared. If the target hero is Ghostbuster, they also gain critical damage up 2 for 2 turns. If the target hero is Spooky or Techie, they also gain debuff immunity for 2 turns. Egon also gains everything the target hero gains. So this debuff immunity is kind of for him, because he gains that, I think. Although maybe just gives it to himself. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if you give this to somebody else, do you gain the debuff immunity or not. Maybe just target yourself with it. I'm not 100% sure. The best defense is Science. Whenever Egon is attacked by a foe who has stealth, he has a 30% chance to reduce the damage by 50%. Whenever a Ghostbuster hero does an assist, they heal 5% of their max health. If they have defense up, they heal for 10% of their max health instead. Which this is kind of interesting if he gets attacked by a foe with stealth. But I think this would be kind of good if this was like any Ghostbuster hero, so you could have this on Winston instead. Then you have Cross the Streams as the ultimate. Deals 100% damage to all foes, plus 25% bonus damage for each other active Ghostbuster hero, and reduces each foe's pep by 35%. Spooky foes and all foes with 50% or more health are also inflicted with debilitate. All Ghostbuster heroes and all heroes inflicted with fear can attack up 2 for 3 turns. Clears all debuffs from Ghostbuster heroes and clears fear from all other heroes. If Slimer is an active hero, inflicts fear on all foes for 2 turns. Then you have Slimer. He's the spooky one. You have Bump in the Night. Deals 110% damage to target foe. If the foe does not have taunt, Slimer gains attack up 2 for 1 turn and has a 65% chance to copy 1 random buff from the foe. If Slimer has stealth, he loses it and inflicts fear on the target foe for 1 turn. Get it? Deals 120% damage to target foe and grants skill up 1 to a random Ghostbuster hero for 2 turns. If the target has fear and 100% or less health, they are inflicted with grit down 2 for 2 turns. Now with this, I'm not 100% sure what classifies as 100% or less health. Like if you get max health up, does that bring you up above 100% health? Or does your health increasing, that's still now your 100% health is just higher than your basic health? I'm not 100% sure how that is calculated in the game. I'm assuming this doesn't trigger if you have max health up, because otherwise just say if they just trigger it anyways. You got Gastronomy. Deals 60% damage to all foes. Foes inflicted with fear are inflicted with defense down 2 for 2 turns. Foes without fear lose 30% pep and are inflicted with speed down 1 for 2 turns. Then you got Passing Gas is his passive. Whenever Slimer takes damage and he has 70% or less health, he gains stealth for 1 turn. Whenever Slimer gains stealth, he clears 2 random debuffs from himself. And then finally you have the set. Let's just double check. Yes, Slimer is also tagged Ghostbuster. I guess that makes sense as the theme, so it's not just because the Ghostbusters are Ghostbusters. Anybody from that theme gets Ghostbuster. You have Ecto 1. PKE performance. At the start of each Ghostbuster hero, Sorry, at the start of battle, each Ghostbuster hero has a 35% chance to gain critical chance of 2 for 2 turns, plus 5% bonus chance for each spooky foe. Whenever a magical hero assists, they have a 30% chance to remove stealth from a random foe. So if you have Peter assist himself, I guess, which is possible. I mean, Brutus can do that. They remove stealth from a random foe if they have it. There's a chance. So, then you have Rectoplasm. Whenever a spooky hero critically hits, they have a 20% chance to clear one random buff from the target foe for each Ghostbuster hero and copy the buff to themselves. Whenever a Ghostbuster critically hits, they have a 80% chance to inflict skill down 1 for 3 turns. So this is the one for, gosh, who is it? Raymond, because he does the whole stuff with that. Then you have Radical Idea. Whenever a Ghostbuster hero uses a non-attack ability, each other hero with +1 stacks of courage has a 60% chance to assist for 35% damage. Whenever a role model hero deals damage, they have a 35% chance to inflict fear for 1 turn, plus 5% bonus chance for each stack of courage, which is nice because that also means now that Winston can gain some extra stacks of courage because he can just go in and slap people, which, based off of previous experience, since his basic can give him stacks of courage, that means his assist, which is just his basic, will give him stacks of courage, possibly, because there's just a chance. Then you have Ghostbusted. Whenever a Ghostbuster hero uses a special ability, there's a 40% chance to inflict 1 stack of damage over time for 2 turns on a random foe with stealth for each Ghostbuster hero. Whenever a techie hero uses a special ability, each Ghostbuster hero has a 40% chance to gain 1 stack of courage. So, very lengthy. There's lots of stuff here. Lots of interconnected stuff. I hope you got your pens and papers out and we're ready for that. We were thinking sitting down with them and actually using it to come to terms with all of this, because there's lots of interconnectivity there. There's some slight maybe interplay with some of the cross tag stuff, but like role models not that big, magical is a little not that big either and harder to come by. I mean, you have one master event fig and you have one master store fig, and the other fig's an achievement based fig, so like, I mean, I guess Magister is technically easy to get, but like, getting him up high can take a while. So yeah, let me know what your thoughts are about these. Overall, it sounds pretty decent. I still think I'm probably going to be farming Egon most, because he has like the most stuff here. But I might also start farm Winston. He is my favorite Ghostbuster, I think, very easily. And he does sound maybe the most interesting here. I mean, I kind of like some of that kit. So with that, this was Talk Ripley. I hope you have found these patch notes interesting. I look forward to whenever we actually get this update. So until then, this is Talk Ripley signing off. Goodbye, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.